Hey guys, welcome back to Cracked Housing Fab. We're gonna start working on the rear end of the CROSSKART.
That's right, I'm gonna jack this sucker up and we're gonna get to work. All right guys, so you may have seen if you watched our video where we built the rear suspension, we just put these temporary braces in here just so we could move it around so it would have, you know, it wouldn't just fall on the ground. So now we're gonna cut these back out of here and get our shocks mounted.
All right, before we get the shock put in here, we gotta cut these temporary braces out of here. So we'll get them cut out.
I think that's tight enough. Just kidding. We gotta tighten it up so that way we can make sure that everything's good. So we went through, we straightened these tires because they were really far out of whack. This way, this way. So that way now everything is square to the front tire. And now we can start to figure out where the shock's gonna go.
All right, so in order to mount the shock down here, I took this angle iron, put some notches in for the tube. This fits nicely here. So we can weld on the arms, and then we're gonna put two little tabs. We're gonna cut these up so you can, they'll go in here.
Just like that.
I think that's gonna look pretty good. Keep the shock as close to the center as possible.
Well, then that'll stiffen up this bottom arm because obviously everything can move right now because they're not tied together. So, yeah.
No
and
moving
then,
allowed.
so we're gonna put this guy in here, and then we are going to add something else up here once we get to that point.
Plate or something that's cool.
Okay, guys, to get a really good weld when you're building stuff like this, you have to make sure hit that share button and share with a couple of your friends. All right, guys, so we have the lower shock mount built, welded on. So we had these tabs left over from the tabs that mount the control arm heim joints to the frame. So we just chopped the bottom off of them and made them into a shock mount. So this is, should be pretty close to what we're gonna have as far as suspension movement.
I like it.
Yeah, that's gonna be pretty awesome. So now we have to come up with some sort of design to hold the top of the shock. So that's gonna be what's next.
All right, so in order to get the upper shock mounts done, we decided we're going to make out of a thicker piece of steel a little plate that'll get welded in here like a gusset that the shock will mount to. And that'll kind of like tie the frame all together back here too. And then we can, you know, put one on both sides and run a support between the two. But I think that should be simple and strong. All right, guys, we took our template, made it into metal, and we got them welded in. That looks pretty nice, Sean. Good weld.
Yeah, over here. See that? Pretty good.
Yeah. And then here we got our little shock mounts. We'll get those tacked and welded on. But I think it's pretty cool. And then probably add a brace in here in a little bit, but this definitely will stiffen up that entire structure back here.
Yeah, and then obviously, like Kurt said, we want to add a piece into here, and that way it'll hold everything together from all the force pushing both ways. So.
I love it. Pretty soon here it's going to be sitting on its own wheels again.
Yeah, no,
with suspension.
Right?
That front turned out sweet.
Oh man.
You guys saw our last video.
Yeah, and if you haven't seen that, once you're finished with this one, go check that one out. All right, guys, before we show you the finished product on the rear suspension, make sure you hit that subscribe button and also like this video. So I would really appreciate if you guys did that. But anyways, we've got it finished up.
This is what we've been waiting for. The first time it's going to be on its own suspension.
Wow.
Well, we haven't made any adjustments on the shock, so who knows?
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Ooh.
It looks pretty plush.
We do have some bushings that are kind of wore out.
Yeah.
We ordered some of them already, but wow.
Dang, dude,
That's adjusted pretty well. That's a lot of weight back there. But
yeah. I mean, we'll add a little bit more weight, but not a ton.
Yeah, we may have to stiffen those up a tad. I don't know.
Wow. I'm impressed. I thought that was going to be a little bit too stiff, but...
Dude, I love it.
Wow.
And the way we notched these and moved those forward so the shock can go in there, I love how those arms turned out.
Kind of show you. So once we finished welding the tabs on, and we welded the cross brace in here, and you guys would have seen the plates being welded in. But yeah, I think that turned out pretty freaking awesome.
Now, all 4 wheels. Look at that. Dude, this is so cool.
Heck yeah. This is exciting.
Woohoo.
I am freaking stoked. Can't wait. All right, guys, we finished the rear suspension on the CROSSKART. It turned out freaking sick. It's so freaking awesome. Kurt and I are getting super excited to be able to get this thing to the point where we at least can drive it. That's going to be awesome. But anyways, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one.